Just a very quick systems check. Yep, we're good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the penultimate round of EXA Season 6 in X2. Welcome to round 11 of Season 6 in X2. It is the Chinese Grand Prix at the Shanghai International Circuit. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we only have 2 rounds left in X2. Yesterday, we had the X1 season finale at Abu Dhabi, which ended off with a bang, with the Constructors' Championship being decided at that race, going to AlphaTauri. Let's see where the championship will go today in the step below, the Formula 2, if you will, although we are not actually driving Formula 2 cars, although a separate maybe Formula 2 championship here would be interesting, but that's a future problem. We must now return to the present, and the present is round 11 of the season number 6 specifically. And yes, good afternoon to everybody watching. Welcome. I am here once again. It's me in the commentary booth, back to back this week, may I add, because I was here yesterday for the X1 race, the Abu Dhabi season finale. However, here for the lower tiers, the seasons are not done yet. Today, we have the penultimate round for X2, which will be, as you can see, and as I already mentioned, the Chinese Grand Prix at the Shanghai International Circuit. We are already readying up with only 13 people in the lobby. Attendance pretty low for today. Hopefully more people will be able to join, or should join, mid-qualifying. But in 10 seconds time, we'll be starting short qualifying, which will determine who's going to start where for the 28-lap race around Shanghai. Now, as we head into this race, a quick few words I need to point out. So, I already mentioned this in X1 yesterday. Okay, there will be people joining qualifying. Okay, thank you. Yesterday it was Rolly who was chatting via the EXA chat. Although I don't think it's him, because he's actually racing here, so it might be someone else disguised as the league's Twitch. So there we go. It's still Rolly. Okay, you're doing double duties, it seems like. So you're both driving and typing in the chat at the same time, it seems like. Hopefully you don't do both at the same time at the wrong moments, i.e. don't text and drive. That's another life lesson there. Now, few things to point out. I already mentioned this yesterday, next one, but I'm going to mention it again, is that with the season ending next week, it means that the sign-ups for Season 7 will be open anytime soon. So get ready to do your sign-ups for Season 7. More details on where and how to set the lap times that is needed to apply will be released soon, and obviously which tier you'll be put in will be dependent on your lap time and how that compares to everybody else. And another thing to point out is that whilst this isn't X1, I'm going to point out that for X1 next season, so the top tier of EXA, there will be a prize pool of 200 American US dollars, which is a hell of a lot. But like I said, more details of that will be revealed later down the line. But that is the future. Let's return to the present. And the present is Jettas being the first to exit the pit lane in his Williams. And now he goes on to the Shanghai International Circuit. Okay, so Rolly is actually going to be retiring. Just had some information that Rolly is going to be retiring from racing after these seasons. So he's just going to be chilling. Yeah, you can just take it easy. You do you, Rolly. Don't need to risk it too much if you feel like that's not necessary. You do you, and hopefully you'll end your season with a good result. Well, let's see how everybody else will be able to end their seasons. As let's actually get into the recent results for X2. So last week in X2 we had obviously the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. Now, I unfortunately wasn't able to commentate there because of exams and also family activities, important ones that I had that day. But In that Monza race, it will be Oliver Knotts, aka Timmy, in the Alpine, who would go on to win that race ahead of Harry Jetters, and Emilia Mikolev would take third place in the Red Bull, with Rowley, interestingly, taking the fastest up of the race, and Tixi would take the driver of the day vote for that particular day. So that is what happened last week. And in terms of the championship situation now, currently Jordan Lake, who is in here, he is there as well. Jordan, he is currently the championship leader on a grand total of 131 points. Then just 12 points behind him is Harry Jetters on 119 points, 118 for Timmy in P3, then P4 is Emilia Mikolev, 114. Then we have Andre Rossa, 5th on 80, 74 for Iki Robo in P6, then P7 is Thomas Lago, 73, 72 for Tixi in P8, P9 is Jan on 67, and then 65 points, Jack Jones in P10. So the top four, hang on, let me calculate this. Yeah, the top four men, well, top four men, technically, mathematically top five, but realistically, is the top four men in the championship. Jordan, Harry Jetters, Timmy, and Emilia Mikolev, who are in the championship battle. Emilia Mikolev, by the way, is actually surprised, and then Jordan is, well, Jordan, obviously. And then obviously you've got Jetters and Timmy in their respective cars. See there. Okay, I forgot to change the onboard angle of the Alpine because I did a league race recently driving an Alpine, and that we'll not go into too much detail about that, but we will go into detail of the Constructors' Championship. So the Drivers' Championship is still on the line. 4 drivers could take it. We'll be doing some mathematics during this race, which is going to be a bit of a nightmare for me. But then the Constructors' Championship, and it's going to be an interesting battle there. Red Bull currently lead on 215 points. They're 200 for Alfa Romeo and P2. 200 on the dot. Very even, equal number there for them. Alpha Tauri on P3 on 145. 10 points behind them are Williams on 135 points in P4. P5 are Mercedes on 120. And then P6 are Aston Martin 110, 93 points for McLaren at P7, P8 are Ferrari 89 points, 82 for Alpine at P9, and then P10 and last are Haas on a total of 46 points. So that means that with the points on offer, it means that again the top 5 in the Constructors' Championship are winning contention. So a lot of championships are currently on the line here. I'll be trying to do mathematics as this race develops, but it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult. Math isn't my strongest, and it takes me a long time to process things. If that makes any sense. But let's focus quickly back onto what's happening on track, and we can see that. Theodore's coming across the line. Only 7 fastest for Theodore at the moment. Not the best lap time for the time being. He should be able to set a faster lap time, no doubt about that. Then next we have Timmy in the number 97 car. Let's see what he can do. Can he actually put his car towards the front, or will he have a Alpine 2024 experience, also known as at the back of the grid? Only one way to find out is he's going through Sector 2 now as we speak. Keeping it steady. The McLaren there going slowly, getting out of the way. Super nice. Very predictable. That's what you should be doing, and not doing the blockies, aka impeding people, aka ruining their laps, aka being a B word, which I can't say because of demonetization risks. DRS wide open, 2 DRS zones here at the Shanghai International Circuit. Both the DRS zones on the main pit straight and the back straight are very, very long, which means that the opportunity to overtake at the end of those DRS zones will be big and good, and also those straights are more than long enough to impress the ladies. And if you have your thing in that length as well, as long as these straights, then surely the missus will like you. we'll move on for that, but we'll not move on from qualifying because we've still got 10 minutes and 50 seconds left in the session. Timmy currently fastest with a 30.2. In fact, I'm gonna put, yeah, that's better. Those gaps are better. Katana has joined the session, so we're now up to 14 drivers in the lobby. Nanda goes 9th fastest. Then we have Jan currently on a lap. Jordan and EJA yet to set lap times as of right now. Let's see what else guys can do. Let's try to move with the Alfa Romeo. He touches a little bit of grass there at the in that corner. He touched a little bit of grass there. Let's see if he'll touch more grass. Ferrari there. I think that's Rolly. Yeah, it's Rolly. Rolly, you better get out of the way of that Alfa Romeo, otherwise you're gonna look stupid. Get out of his way. He's gonna pick up slipstream. And okay, that was a bit close. Bit close. I mean, you did slow down, but I'm not sure if you had to slam on the brakes in a straight line, because you were quite close. So you were quite close, although it doesn't look like you seem to have bothered yet too much, as Katana's there in his second Alfa Romeo. So both Alfa Romeos have their cars occupied in here. Jan goes P7 for the time being. Then we have Jordan out on track. Agent EJ is now exiting the pits as well. I'm sure Katana will be exiting the pit lane soon as well. Rally pits. Duplex surprise out on laps. Jack Jones on an outlap himself. He is gonna... Okay, I thought he was going to overtake the Red Bull there, but deciding not to. Not sure why he decided to not overtake him. Was he waiting for a gap? Was he maybe trying to do something tactically? I don't know. But we do know is that they are out laps. Less than 9 minutes of the session. And Rolly has had a disconnect already. So he will need an invite back very, very soon. I know Anand Gamer is in the lobby. He is someone in here who is only there purely to get people in the lobby in case if they disconnect midway through qualifying all the race, which is amazing to see. So I don't have to, you know, stop the stream mid-race to invite people. So we will get the best viewing experience possible. But let's see what the experience will be like for these drivers who will be racing in their final few races on F1 23, because next month we're already moving to the new game. We're already moving to F1 24 next month. Well, next week actually, I should say. Next week, middle of next week, you get you'll get to play early if you pre-order the Champions Edition, and then for all the other normies, it is the final day of May where F1 24 is officially available. Okay, Anand's saying that he was, but Crazy PP took over his job. Okay, so, well, we at least have somebody who will do the invite if people disconnect. At least there is someone to do that. That is great to see. We're now currently watching Jack Jones on a lap. Jack Jones currently on a lap on the outside. Tiny wiggle there from the AlphaTauri. Nothing too dramatic, showing that he was a little bit on the edge when it comes to the grip in that specific corner. And speaking of grip, the F1 24 footage, the first gameplay footage of F1 24 from the big consequences has recently been available to watch. And, well, the grid model in F1 24, well, let's just say it's interesting. Quite interesting to say the least. I think I saw a video, I think it was Yarno up there, who did a 1440 something degree spin at Silverstone, which was a big berserk. Shows you how a bit sus that handling model is at the moment. Hopefully that will be fixed and, you know, made better when the actual game is released to all of us normies. But yeah, hopefully F124 is a step forward and a step in the right direction as Jack Jones improves his lap time and is only 18,000 slower than old Timmy. So Timmy might be under pressure now. I think Timmy will have to settle lap time. He can't, you know, risk it and not go out again. He needs to settle lap time if the gap is that close. And Jack Jones could easily gain that much lap time. He could easily go 18,000 quicker or more than that, because there were certainly places where I saw at least where he could definitely gain. Let's see who else on the laps. Jan, currently 5th fastest. Tixi in 4th at the moment. He is on a lap. Yes, he is on a lap. See what you can do in the Papaya machine. Obviously, it's Papaya, black, and also blue. But from next month, obviously, the McLaren will be Papaya and black, as the blue has been ditched, which I think is an upgrade. I personally didn't really like the blue that much on the McLaren cars. Now that it is Papaya and black, or carbon actually, because the black areas are actually carbon fiber, exposed carbon fiber, it's actually an upgrade of a livery. And also, by the way, the center livery for this weekend's Monaco Grand Prix for McLaren, absolute W. And Tixi going wide is not a W, and him invalidating his lap time is an even bigger not W. In fact, it is an L, to put it more politely. Okay, Rowley has joined back in the session, and Thomas... Okay, so Rowley has rejoined the session. That is good, but at the expense of his teammates, apparently, as Thomas Lang has now disconnected from the session. So, a Ferrari has replaced a Ferrari, if that makes sense. Probably does. Maybe not. Yeah, Rowley, you're back in the lobby at the expense of your teammate who disconnected a second later. Oh dear. Right, okay, who's on laps? Okay, Katana, let's watch Katana. He's on his first lap, running a Valtteri Bottas helmet, it seems like. Does look like an Valtteri Bottas helmet from here. I can tell from the blue and white and black lines. Apparently, that's a bit weird. The telemetry on his wheel showed that he was in 7th gear, when the telemetry on the very bottom of the screen shows he was in 8th gear, heading down the back straight. A bit interesting that, but we'll gloss over that. Katana now around the final corner, keeps it between the white lines, unlike Tixi, and goes P11. Not the best lap time, although if you want someone, Katana going P11. Not the best lap time, although it is not the worst lap time of the session so far. Rolly. Right. Who else? He's the only driver. Katana's the only man out on track at the moment. So he has the whole track to himself at the moment. Although there is a Williams exiting the pit lane. Is it Jetsus? Yes, it is. It is Jetsus exiting the pit lane. Whilst I'm eating some candies, just to, you know, give me a bit of extra boost, extra energy, extra confidence, if you will. That probably doesn't make sense, but okay. Right. I've eaten my candy. Now let's get back into the action. Now, most drivers are already on outlaps at the moment. No surprise, because there's less than 2 minutes left in this session. So everybody is going to be on their final push laps before we have set the grid for qualifying. Jettas currently in 6th position as we watch the Williams driver now currently going round on his outlap. Let's see who else. Theodore also needs to set a better lap time because he's currently P12. Not the best lap time, not the best position to be at, but it is not the worst lap time and position to have in this session at the moment. Rolling. Right, Thomas Lang. Okay, Thomas Lang with a massive apparent skill issue as he picks up a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking. The number 69 car picks up a penalty. The number doesn't justify his actions. The number on his car may be nice, but what he did wasn't as nice. Right, duplex, all those jazz. Looks like Katana. Yeah, Katana is going for a second lap. So Katana is going for the old fast, slow, fast approach. I like it. I like it very much. But let's see if his latest attempt will be even better. So I'm about to drink some soda. Yeah, some lovely local soda. I already know that the British people are going to be shouting at me and saying, "It's a fizzy drink." Well, I call it soda because most people in my country, when they say this drink in English, they say soda, not fizzy drink. Because. Right, Katana on a lap. Checkered flag has officially fallen. Everybody is on their final lap. Rowley is the only one who didn't actually make it to the line. He will be starting in last place. What about Katana? Katana only goes 10 past. There's cars slow. That is Jack Jones. Jack Jones is slow along with Thomas Lang. So both of those guys won't be setting any lap times. They won't be improving. So Jack Jones's chance of pole position are over. Same for Thomas Lang. The next person to set a lap time will be the Williams of Jettas. Let's see what he can do. Jettas, Indy Williams, hitting 325, 326, 327 for a split second as he goes down to second gear for the final hairpin. Careful on the exit, revving that V6 turbo hybrid engine. Number 6 car goes round the final corner, keeping it between the white lines. Where's he go? He's going to use the most deploy that he can, and he goes full fastest. Then we have Timmy, who extends his advantage by a 10.5, and the drivers behind him. Let's see what they can do as they come across the line. Tixie goes up to 3rd, Jettas down to 5th, Theodore down to 8th, Duplex in 5th, Jan stays in 4th, and Surprise goes 6th fastest. Thomas Lang has was slowed down earlier, so he will be setting the fast lap time. Jack Jones also had a skill issue somewhere in the first sector, so that means that this will be our grid for the Chinese Grand Prix, and it is CRE Timmy, course on pole position for the Alpine team, or in other words, he is currently starting in the position where Alpine want to be in, but don't have the brain cells to get there. Right, here is your starting order. Here is your starting order for the Chinese Grand Prix. CRE Timmy starting on pole position for the Alpine team, starting in the position where the Alpine team in real life talk and brag about being in, but don't have the brain cells to even try to get there. Jack Jones starting in 2nd, Tixie will start in 3rd, then Jan, Duplex, Surprise, Jettas, Thomas Lang, Theodore, Nanda rounding at the top 10. Behind them we have Jordan, and EJ, the Katana, and Rowley. Although keep in mind, Thomas Lang has a 5-place grid penalty because he performed some illegal blocking somewhere, which is obviously a bit sad. I'm not sure if the race is going to get restarted or not because of that. I don't know if it is. Looks like the lobby will not be restarted. So it looks like that Ferrari Thomas Lang. Okay, they're asking for a restart. There's a chance we might get a restart. And I think we might get a restart. Looks like we will get a restart. A lobby restart. Yeah, there we go. Just a few seconds ago, Rowley has confirmed, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have to restart this lobby because one of our drivers in the lobby, Thomas Lang, picked up an unnecessary grip penalty, or in other words, he got a grip penalty for something that isn't actually worthy of a penalty. So what we're going to do, we're not going to be restarting the lobby. What we're going to do is that everybody will have to retire from the race, but nobody leaves the lobby. Just retire from the session, but don't leave the lobby. That is all. Going to be looking at the footage right now as we speak. I'm going to look at the footage as, actually, before I look at the footage, let's have a look-see. And, yeah, expect everybody to retire and or crash into the barriers and or crash into each other as the Williams and Alfa Romeo have a tandem spin and the safety car has been deployed, not officially because this isn't the official actual race, but heyo, I had to get the scream in there. Yeah, there we go. All those pens and stuff, ignore that. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Timmy, oh my god. Timmy, Theodore, retire from the session. Theodore, how hard is it to retire from the race? Just head into the menu. There we go. Here you go. He's retired from the session. There we go. Right. Let's have I'm going to quickly look at the Thomas Lang incident. I'm going to look at what happened with him. I'm looking at the footage. Oh, wait, no, okay, I was looking at the wrong footage. Right. Now I'm looking at the, alright, so, for those who maybe just joined in, ignore these race results. These are not relevant because, we had to restart the lobby. So for those who are wondering, we are having to, restart this lobby due to the fact that one of our drivers, Thomas Lang specifically, picked up an unnecessary grip penalty during qualifying for, quote, illegal blocking. As according to the game, but I'm going to quickly look at the footage myself and determine and explain to you what actually happened to Thomas Lang, so give me a moment. Okay, so basically what happened is that in Sector 2, in the small straight, we have obviously the big back straight, and before that we have a long right-hander. Before that we have a left-hander, 90-degree left-hander. Before that there's a small straight, and on that small straight, Thomas Lang and one of the AlphaTauris, Jack Jones, were both going slowly at the same speed. Going slowly so that in case if there are faster cars coming their way, they could easily get out of the way. They're both going down small straights. Thomas Lang was ahead of Jack Jones on track. Both going at the same speed. And what happened is that they're both going at the same speed. Thomas Lang slowed a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. He lifted off his throttle a tiny bit. And that allowed Jack Jones to get slightly closer, although not by much. And the game decided to give him a 5+ grip penalty for that. So basically what happened is that, again, Thomas and Jack were both going at the same speed. Thomas was ahead of Jack on track. Both were going at a constant speed. There was a big gap between them. And Thomas Lang slowed a tiny bit. So the gap between him and Jack Jones slightly reduced. And the game decided to give the Ferrari a penalty for that. So that's basically what happened. An undeserved penalty for Thomas Lang. And honestly, the restarts is more than fair. I think it would have been a bit criminal if they didn't restart the race. Because of that. So everybody will now be in the same position where they everyone will be starting in the positions where they should be. And let's actually go through the starting. Oh my god. I'll quickly go through the Right, okay, so the qualifying results are available. Before we do start this race, and by the way, we're having to restart the lobby due to the fact that somebody picked up an unnecessary grid penalty. Thomas Lang picked up an unnecessary grid penalty during qualifying, so we're having to restart the race so that everybody's starting in the position where they should be. And let me go through the starting order for this Chinese Grand Prix again, for those who maybe forgot. So the starting order is as follows. And Sherzi saying in the chat that someone took out the braking board the last corner, so impossible to do it. Well, I mean, I don't know. I can't really say anything much to that. You just gotta, I don't know, deal with it or something, because it doesn't just affect you, it just affects everyone else as well. But you still got also sort of have like a second breaking point, if that makes sense. But anyway, I can't comment on that much. But what I can comment on is the starting order for the Chinese Grand Prix. So the starting order is as follows. Timmy in the Alpine will be starting on pole position. And alongside him will be the AlphaTauri of Jack Jones. Then it'll be Tixie in the McLaren starting third. Alongside him will be Jan in the Alfa Romeo. Then in P5 will be Duplex, and alongside him will be the Red Bull of Surprise. Then we have Jetta starting in P7. Alongside him on the fourth row will be Mr. Theodore. And then the fifth row comprises of Nath in the Haas, and then the second Red Bull of Jordan. P11 consists of Agent EJ and the Aston Martin. P12 is the Alfa Romeo of Katana. And then the final row consists of... actually, wait a minute. Shit, wait a minute. Oh, God. I actually... Oh, I know. There we go. I actually got the actual qualifying results. I accidentally went through the starting order for the race as it's shown it was the game, and that was with Thomas Lang's penalty applied. But without Thomas Lang's penalty, which we are going by, the order is as follows. Timmy on pole position, ahead of Jack Jones, then Tixie Yan on the second row, then Duplex Surprise, Jetta's Thomas Lang, Theodore and Nanda manning at the top 10, then Jordan, Asian EJ, Katana and Rolly. That is your starting order for the Chinese Grand Prix. Actually, Timmy just asked in the chat of was there a Timmy on pole position in the stream, and I said yes. Well, in fact, you got like 3 or 4 of them on the stream, so you're welcome, Timmy. You've got mentioned on pole position like 3 or 4 times. Right. So now we're going to wait. The qualifying results have been received. The grid has been set. The conditions have been set. And it looks like it's been dry all the way. And now it's time to get this 28 lap Chinese Grand Prix underway. Here we go. The countdown has officially started. One more check so that my audio is actually okay. And my audio is all fine and dandy, which is fantastic. 15, 14, 13, T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lift off, and off we go into the Chinese Grand Prix. 28 laps around the Shanghai International Circuit coming up. 14 drivers who will come out on top. With the top 12 scoring points, it means that only 2 drivers will not be scoring points. That is if all drivers finish the race. Will we see any DNFs? Only one way to find out. Let's see what we can do, as we've already raced here in real life this year in China. And the race was pretty decent. It was a sprint weekend, so we had a sprint and a main race. Pretty good. Pretty nice. Maybe not the best race, but it was pretty good. Let's see if the EXA boys can provide a more exciting race, as Theodore's the last to load in. Theodore, you need to invest in some better internet, please. There we go. His internet is actually working. In fact, I have good internet as well. In fact, I have 5G internet. Fun fact. So my internet is crisp and sharp and quick and efficient. Right. Waiting for players to set up their cars, get their tire compound, select their strategy, get the fuel up, tweak the setup just a tiny bits before we do get this race on the way. It's a 28-lap race. It's a very long race, so let's see if any drivers can actually do well. I mean, they should be doing well. Otherwise, why would they be here in X2? X2 is the second highest tier in EXA out of 5. Right. We are in our final few races of not only Season 6, but we are also entering our final ever races on F123. F124 is already out next week to all of us normies. Let's see what F124 will offer us. But for now, before F124, we've still got races to go on F123. We've still got a week of racing left on F123. Let's end our racing on F123 with a high as the 5 lights are on for the Chinese Grand Prix. It is pedal to the metal area underway in Shanghai. One of the Red Bulls there, Jordan, with a tank slapper at the start. Meanwhile, Jack Jones immediately sends it into the racing. Meanwhile, there's contact and the pole sits of Timmy is round. And Timmy has gone from first to last for a split second, before Theodore Duplex had their skill issues as well. Timmy, the pole sitter, not a great start for him. That is absolutely horrible. Meanwhile, it is Jack Jones who leads the way. But look at Jan. Jan's sending at the hairpin. Can Jan take the race lead here? Can he do it? No, he can't. No, he can't. Jack Jones holds on to that race lead. Jan going a little bit wide. Could Jettas maybe sneak up into second place? Not sure. Well, not now. Jan thought of a move there, but he was too far back to make the move work. And there's another spin. It is Jordan this time in the Red Bull. Agent EGA also off and into the grass. I think Rolly's also off. Yeah, Rolly's off. In fact, Rolly, I think, spun twice. There he is, off into the grass. Absolute calamity happening on lap 1 with Jack Jones leading it away ahead of Jan. Is Jan gonna go for an overtake here? Let's see. Is he close enough? No, he is not close enough. Although, look at Surprise. Surprise trying to go around the outside of Thomas Lang. Is this gonna be successful? He's big boxed in, I think, by the Williams and Jets is there. Thomas Lang successfully stays ahead, and he is now Thomas Lang and people Surprise down to 5th. And okay, that's Tixie. Moving into the pit lane. Our first driver to make a pit stop. Timmy's already back into 7th place, so a decent recovery already there from him, taking advantage of other drivers making mistakes. Meanwhile, is this going to be a front wing change for old Timmy? Yes, it is, as there is damage. I think there was damage. There was on the, okay. Did he actually change his front wing? I'm not sure if he changed his front wing, but what is sure is that he has retired from the session. So I'm not sure why he did that. Maybe rage, maybe the game not doing what he wants to. I'm not sure. But what we are sure of is that he is out of the race and Jettas is trying to get up into 4th place. Although he does have the Red Bull Surprise all over his right-hand side. And the Red Bull has to stay behind the wings for the time being. It's been absolutely chaotic first lap and oh my god, the Red Bull has slapped the Williams' rear butt cheeks more than once. Not sure if that was a romantic way that Surprise wanted to do it. Up ahead, meanwhile, is Jack Jones going to get overtaken by Jan? It doesn't look like it for the time being. Are we going to see overtakes at the back, though? No overtake beyond the back goes, oh my lordy, that was okay. The Red Bull and Alpine, they're doing some bedroom-esque activities right there at the hairpin. Not sure what happened. Oh my god, it's happened again. It's happened again. Timmy, Surprise, save those moments for the bedroom. There are underage children watching this. You gotta play it to a good level and not a adulty level. Is adulty even a word? I'm not sure. It's getting very dicey. It's getting very dicey. Here's Timmy going for a Xenon surprise. Not successful. Theodore could make a move on Nanda. This is going to be successful. Round the outside goes McLaren. Is it successful? Yes it is. Yes it is. A little bit of bagging wheels, but Steve McLaren is through. Now, up ahead, actually Thomas Lang actually got past Jan. Whilst all that... Oh, God! That's Jack! Jack spun round! Thomas Lang forgetting why brakes exist in cars and completely rear ends the AlphaTauri. Thomas, you use your regular car brakes to slow down, not the car ahead of you. What will happen if there wasn't a car ahead of you and you applied the same tactic for slow down? You just go full steam into a wall. That's what will happen as... Oh my god, there's more chaos. There's more chaos. There's cars hitting each other all over the place. What the hell is happening? I'm not sure what's happening. Are these guys even actually aware? Do these guys even have spatial awareness? Thomas Lang picks up a 3-second time penalty. We're about to go to nearly 3-1 entering turn number 1. And it looks like, is Timmy going to go for the old 2-1? No, he's not going to go for the 2-1. He's not able to. Nanda getting past Jack Jones now. Jack Jones down to P8. That is not where he would want to be. Timmy Donovan moved down. He's a surprise for P3, although that's not exactly how it turned out for the Alpine. What I want to say is that didn't turn out the way maybe the Alpine would want. He probably would have wanted to get past that Red Bull now, but he's not able to do so at the moment. He has to play the patient game. He has to play the civilized game. Thomas Lang with a 3-second time penalty already. Jan leading it away for Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo driver leading it very well in terms of the championship situation. Currently, looks like it might be surprised. It will be surprised who will... I think he should be winning the championship at this rate, although more details on if he'll win or not we'll find out, because there are potential of post-race penalties because of some of the stuff that's already happened on the first few laps, and the Ferrari goes wide. Thomas Lang breaks himself, and that is him down to 4th now, and it is down to 4th. A surprise, and Timmy take advantage of that as the top Ferrari goes wide again. Two mistakes in 2 corners for him. That is not what you want to see. I think it's Sierra takes at the back. I think Nanda might fancy a move on Theodore down the inside, and that is a lot of banging side pods to side pods, wheels to wheel. Jordan has retired in the pit lane. There's now 2 retirements confirmed in this race already, both in the pit lane. Jordan and Tixie retiring, most likely some form of rage quit, and Nanda's gonna absolutely send it. He even touches and forces Theodore off the track. A bit naughty there from the Haas. He actually immediately gets back to position. Fatty loses position to Katana. Jack Jones as well. Horrible moment for the Haas driver, as there's all manner of chaos happening in this race. So much of it. In fact, I am a dum-dum man and forgot to turn on the telemetry. I am a actual dummy. I don't know why I didn't turn those on earlier, but there we go. They are now officially on. Currently, Surprise is now in second place after all that chaos. He has DRS, but is not able to overtake the moment. Meanwhile, Katana's overtaken Theodore. Theodore not close enough to go for the big send. Although Nanda rear ends Jack Jones there. Do you pick up front wing damage to Haas? Not sure. It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like he just picked up damage. But it does, coming from the rear of the Haas. Is the Haas going to go around the outside of Jack Jones? Oh my god, there's been contact again. A lot of contact in this race. as the AlphaTauri has been overtaken by the Haas. So could the Mercedes fancy a move around the outside? Yes, a wheel alongside. Not anymore. You know, that's pretty much half a car length, now full car length alongside. And the Mercedes is past, and Jack Jones is now down to P10. With H and EGA far behind and Rowley even further behind. Rowley not doing the prancing horse proud at the moment. Now still leading it away from Alfa Romeo. Obviously, Alfa Romeo will not be called Alfa Romeo. NF124 will now be calling itself. Well, technically, Jack Jones picks up a time penalty for track limits. And what's happened here? What has happened here? Rowley has stopped on track. Number 34 car is off. Going slowly. Not sure what happened with him. He must have had some form of spin. Maybe skill issue, maybe tire overheating, maybe setup. Not sure what happened there because I didn't see it live. What I'm seeing now live is Jetta is overtaking Thomas Lang for P4. And that is now the Ferrari down into the bottom of the top 5. Yeah, it's available though, so he will be able to gain on the Williams. Could he maybe overtake at turn 1? No, not close enough. Rowley picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Not we want to see. As now both Ferraris, along with Jack Jones, have time penalties to their name. Not ideal for them. Duplex overtakes Nanda for P8. Another overtake happening live there. As there was some weird throttle inputs from Nanda there. Looked a bit weird, that. I don't know if you guys saw that. I think we could see it maybe from the outboard of, yeah, I'm watching the telemetry now. Oh wait, no, that's all okay. It's all okay. Okay, maybe it's just a Haas problem. That's right. So I'm reading this, and apparently Jordan Lake, aka Jordan, who retired from the race, apparently forgot to load his setup. As hang on a minute, Jack Johns has had a spin at the start of Sector 3. He is now down to P11 at the bottom end of the point scoring tree. Not ideal for the man who was at one point leading this race. Meanwhile, at the front, at the front, Jan leads the way out of a surprise. And then it is Timmy in E3. Could he take a place? Nanda having a spin at the hairpin. The Haas has front wing damage and is struggling to rejoin number 69 car. Not having a great time, it seems. As he will now enter the pit lane. Don't do a Lewis Hamilton, please. Although he's not able to do it because there isn't a grapple trap there. And Nanda retires from the race, meaning that there are now officially 11 cars remaining in this race, meaning that everybody in this race will now be scoring points. But the question is, who's going to score how many? As a bit of a weird ghosting moment there between Timmy and Jetsons. Timmy now up to P3, Jetsons down to 4. Timmy driving for his life at the moment as he's trying to get back into the contention for the race win. The RS will be available for all of these guys except for Jan, who obviously is the race leader. No overtakes being done for the race lead, although look at Jetson's thought of a move on Timmy, but wasn't close enough to go for that move. Wasn't thinking of a move. He thought of a move, but he didn't go for the almighty torpedo set. Meanwhile, we could maybe see an overtake between Timmy and Surprise. Timmy's gaining with DRS, but he's not close enough to pounce on the Red Bull. The Red Bull still currently in second place. Jetsons getting very close to Timmy right there. Timmy and Surprise locked together to battle again. Now both of you, Timmy, Surprise, let's leave the bedroom-esque activities for somewhere else. There are people of the underages watching, and we need to keep it civilized. We need to keep it fair for all age groups. And that means that no horniness. None of that, please. TV. Oi! Oi, 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 oi. Jetters managing to save it. That was a big moment there for Jetters. Manages to save it like a true G. Although he does lose a bit of time. Although it doesn't look like he lost that much time. He's going to use a bit of his battery at the exits, so that he can actually, you know, stay ahead at least of Ferrari. Meanwhile, are we going to see overtakes? Nope, we're not going to see any overtakes for the time being. Katana a long way back. Currently the top 5 are together in a single train. So currently the top 5 are battling with each other for the race win. So there's tires. We can see the majority of people opting to go for the hard compounds. Meanwhile, Jan, Theodore, and Rolly are on the medium compounds. So, yeah, there are slight differences in the strategy, but looks like we will be going for a one stop. There is yellow at the back. Theodore has had a crash. Safety car deployed on lap number 10. Theodore has crashed out of the race, and that means that everybody will have to now slow down, reduce their speed. No overtaking. If you overtake, you're an idiot. No overtaking under safety car conditions. And yeah, now this will be an opportunity for everybody to maybe make a pit stop. Jan slowing down so that his delta is positive, because if you drive below the delta time, actually no, below the delta means going slower than the delta time. If you actually go over the delta time is what I mean to say. If you go faster than the delta time, which you which you can't do, then you get a you get a time penalty for that. So you don't want to be doing that. You actually get a drive-through penalty for that a fun fact. So yeah, there we go. We're on lap 10 of 28, so maybe we could see a pit stop soon. If we were to see a pit stop now, then it means that we might go for a two-stop strategy. Jan going slowly and into the pit lane, and it looks like everybody else will follow. It looks like everybody will follow. Yes, everybody is gonna follow. Will Duplex follow? Yes, he will. HDGA is going slowly. Will he follow? Yes, he will. I think Jack Church will follow as well. Yes, he will. Now, imagine rolling my pit as well. Jan pits. No surprise. Everybody going for... Okay, we can see most drivers opting to go for mediums. Because, well, those guys start on the hards, except for Jan, obviously, who starts on the mediums and now goes on to the hards. So, the medium tire runs will have the advantage in the early laps, but as the tires get older, the hard tires will be stronger. And now the drivers... Okay, I don't know why that happens, but for some reason, my Xbox decides to kick me out of my own party. I don't know why my Xbox sometimes decides to kick me out of my own party that I have created, and a party where I'm speaking every single milliseconds. Bit weird activity from Xbox, but... okay, I guess. Right, we are back in normal running orders. And currently, the Mercedes AMG safety car is out on track. Jan is your race leader. Surprise in second, then Timmy, then Jettis, then Thomas Lai, Katana Duplex Agent, Jack Jones, and Rolly running at the top 10. And the current drivers remaining. Only 10 drivers remaining in this race. As we're on lap 11. Under safety car conditions, this race is already looking pretty spicy, although it will probably get even more spicy as we've had a very chaotic first few laps and of course a good old-fashioned safety car to make things even more spicy. The safety car is always spicy. And yes, the safety car screams is back. You knew, if there's a safety car deployed, and I'm in the commentary booth as it happens, you already know what was gonna. You knew what was gonna happen. You knew what was coming out of my mouth when a safety car or a virtual safety car is deployed. We are on map 12. We are nearing the halfway point of this Chinese Grand Prix here at the Shanghai International Circuit. There is a lot of activities in the X2 Discord, predominantly between those who are who are out of the race, so the likes of Theodore and the Jordan Tixie. They are predominantly in the chat room at the moment because, well, they're out of the race at the moment. Right. Just going to quickly checking a couple things whilst we are under safety car conditions. Right, let's actually have a look at position changes. So, there we go. So, 3 positions up for Jan, Jettis and Thomas Lang. Katana, the biggest gainer, gaining 7 places. The biggest L of those remaining is Jack Jones losing 7. If we count those with DNF, the Tix is telling us the biggest L, losing 11 places. Elsewhere, Surprise getting 4. Same for Asian EGA and Rolly technically getting 4, although he didn't actually gain anything because those 4 positions he, quote, gained are because of drivers DNFing predominantly. Because Rolly is not able to do the Prancing Horse proud, aka not where the Prancing Horse should be. If Enzo Ferrari were alive today and he saw Rolly's performance, Rolly would be kicked and fired by Ferrari yesterday, probably. Most likely. I don't know. We'll never know. What we do know is that the safety car will be coming in at the end of this lap, and it will be the Alfa Romeo of Jan, who will lead us away to green. Now, in terms of pit stops, I think the medium tyres will probably pit another time. Jan could go to the end of the race. Same with Rolly, although it is going to be a stretch. 16 laps on a single set of tyres here in China. It's going to be a long way as we are back underway to racing conditions. Jan is leading the way for Alfa Romeo, ahead of Surprise, ahead of Timmy, then Jettas, then Thomas Lang, then Katana, Duplex, Agent EGA, Jack Jones, and Rolly rounding up to top 10. Look at this, Jimmy and B Surprise side by side, touching with each other. It looks like the Alpine is ahead. Yes, the Alpine is ahead, although the Red Bull might fight back down the inside. The inside line for the Red Bull has been blocked. He tries to go around the outside, not successful. Compromises the exit, and as a result, Jettas now gets past it. Now Jettas is up into 3rd place. Great move there. Brandon Williams taking advantage of drivers making mistakes. Great awareness there to go through sector 2. Now, Jan still leading with Alfa Romeo. He's on the hard compound tires. Remember, everybody else behind him except for Rolly on the medium compound. So the medium time riders, in theory, do have the advantage early on as Timmy's trying to take the most of it as he goes the old switcheroo on Jan, and it is successful. Jan down to 2nd. Timmy, who got spun round at the start of lap 1, is now in the race lead with Jan down to 2nd. Could be 3rd if Jettas' move is successful at the hairpin. Will it be successful? Yes, I think it might. Surprise trying to join this battle, trying to maybe take advantage of it, and he is not able to take advantage of it. And Surprise currently still in 4th place at the time being. Timmy sets for some race. Meanwhile, Surprise using a bit of his battery. And will he take the ad here? Yes, he will. Okay, that was quite close to contact. There might have been a tiny bit of contact. But Surprise is ahead and up into P3. Again, down to 4 players. And now Thomas Lang is currently in an Alfa Romeo sandwich. We can tell in P6. The Duplex, Jack Jones, EGA, and Rolly rounding up the top 10. Right, just had a little sip. You gotta stay hydrated. Always. Duplex overtakes Jack Jones for P7. The number 78 car has been overtaken by the number 9 car. And by the way, the numbers aren't set based on driver's performance, although it is because the drivers themselves choose, which I think is quite cool that you get to choose what number you run on. Although it's a bit bizarre that 2 cars on track at the same time have the same number. That's a bit weird. Don't know why they don't do it the same way in real life, but okay. Timmy is your race leader, back into the race lead after losing it on lap 1. Bit of a lockup. They've had quite a few lockups there to the hairpin. I mean, no surprise. I mean, these X2 drivers, some of these don't run ABS. In fact, the X1 drivers don't run ABS at all. So, yeah, these are highly skilled drivers. DRS now enabled. I think EGA might go for a move on Jack Jones. Yes, he is. Around the outside, he's being squeezed. Is this move going to be successful? The side-by-side contact. Both are off the track. And that is Jack Jones into the barriers, out of the race. And that is a safety car deployed on lap number 15. Agent EGA and Jack Jones hitting each other. Both went off the track, and it is the Alpha Tower who comes out as the weakest link, as he is out into the barriers and out the race with now 9 cars remaining. Oh, jeez. Right. Easy. Let's take it easy now. Let's try and take a deep breath as our second safety car of this race has been deployed on lap 15. Now, just 9 cars remain. Oh, right. Okay, wait. Someone has sent me an invite. No, I do not want to join a game because, well, I'm currently in the middle of a commentary session. I cannot join you. Whoever sent me an invite right there, I cannot join you because I'm in the middle of commentating a race. So, know your time. As everybody will now be diving into the pit lane. Katana actually overtaking Duplex during the pit lane phase. And, oh, someone knocked down a barrier there. As everybody, I think everybody's going to go for medium compounds, I think. Yep, a lot of drivers. Yep, medium compounds it is for everybody. Yep, mediums for everybody. EGA, yep. There we go. Everybody on the same compound of tires. Everybody on fresh, medium compound tires. The yellow walled tires. The M-labeled tires. The middle grounds. The middle child. A.k.a. the least loved. And it is Timmy now who leads the way. Timmy back into the race lead. He started on pole position really nicely. Although his lap 1 wasn't very nice as he got punted off at turn number 1 and dropped down to pretty much last place. And now the Alpine has clawed his way back up to the front and he is now your race leader on lap 16 of this race. And there is a lot of chatter happening in the race. Jack Jones saying that he's still mad that he got to P1 for like 4 laps with no setup. Yeah, Jack Jones apparently didn't have his setup and he was gapping everybody. So The fact he was running up the front with no sound was pretty mighty impressive. And yeah, Jack Jones had 25 front wing when he normally runs 46 for China. So yeah, good job making advantage of a bad setup there, Jack. But yeah, that incident that caused the second safety car will be investigated by the stewards. Maybe I should put this in Sim Racing Stewards and maybe get other people's opinion on this specific incident. Or maybe, if I do post this to Sim Racing Stewards subreddit, and it does very, very well, maybe I could appear in a Jimmy Broadbent video, maybe then he will rate my commentary. Imagine that, imagine that. Right. Yellow flags everywhere. Everybody going slowly. Right. Second position changed again. Timmy and Yan currently in the same position where they started this race. Jet has gained 5, 3 up for Bush Surprise, and Thomas Lang 1 down for Duplex, 6 up for Katana, 4 up for AJDJ, and Rolly up 5 again. Rolly's mainly gained 5 only because of other people DNFing. Otherwise, he would have been probably lost. But then again, he admitted that because he's not really fighting for any position. He's just there. He's just happy to be there. I can respect that. Alright, Timmy leads the way. We have 2 people with time penalties, and that is Thomas Lang and Rolly. Both have 3 second time penalties each. And the Ferraris have been quite naughty today. It seems like the Chinese don't like the Ferrari men here at the moment. I think Italy and China might go to war, maybe, if that is the case. Although they will not. There are discussions being made in the X2 chats of the EXA Discord. By the way, if you're interested in joining EXA Racing Leads, be it as a driver or any staff member, then feel free to join us as we're about to start our 7th season next month on F124. The link to our Discord is in our Twitch bio, so head on over there. As we are about to get the safety car in this lap at the end of lap number 17. And it will be Timmy in the Alpine who will lead us away to green. Timmy will now finally be able to lead a racing lap. Let's see if Timmy can do well. Hopefully Timmy does do well. Otherwise, it will be pretty bad for him as the pole sitter will start up pole position and drop down places. We'll now go round the hairpin. Let's wait for him to get his foot to the floor. He is waiting and waiting and waiting, and now gets his foot to the floor. Round to the final corner, and we are back underway racing. Green conditions. The lights have gone to green. We are now able to race normally now in China. So we enter lap 18 now. 11 laps to go. Yan thinking of a move or surprise, but not quite able to do so. In fact, he actually compromises his turn there as Thomas Lang thought of sneaking up the inside, but not able to do so. Meanwhile, at the back, are they going to see any moves? Doesn't look like it yet. No moves are going to be made, although Katana thought of a move on the SL Duplex. Not close enough, though, to make a move on the Mercedes. Through sector 2 we go. Flat out in 6th gear. Down 2 gears. Then keep it down another gear. Now on board with the Mercedes. No moves will be made here. Everybody keeping it steady, single file at the moment on the restart. Jeez. Apologies. Right, Timmy's already opened up a bit of a gap now. Only 7 tenths between himself and the Williams in 2nd place. And Duplex and Thomas Lang side by side. The Mercedes is forced off the track. That is not great for the Mercedes driver. I think he'll be fuming a little bit. As now the Alfa Romeo Katana is all over his rear end. Are we going to see moves at turn 1? No, looks like nobody will be making any overtakes at turn 1. Rolly currently in P9, just chilling. Just happy to be here. Not really able to fight at the moment, although he is keeping up with the guys who are ahead of him right now. Are we going to see a move made by Katana on Duplex? No, we're not. We are not. The Alfa Romeo's way too far back to make a move successful. Looks like the gaps are slowly opening up. It is now a second between Jan and Thomas Lang. So Thomas Lang currently not in DRS range. He will want to be in DRS range. Otherwise, he will be slow and he'll lose more time. In fact, Timmy's also opened up the gap to 8 tenths. Still not outside DRS range. Jettis is still inside DRS range for the time being, as we will have 9 laps of racing action left once we have crossed the line. Riding on board with Jettas, with the Williams car. The Williams car in this game, obviously, still having the screen with all this speed info that's separate from the actual wheel. But as we know, in 2024 in real life, the Williams car now has a more traditional F1 style steering wheel where the wheel is integrated into the screen. The screen is integrated into the wheel. As Katana has dropped 2 places. Not sure what happened with him. DRS now officially enabled, so if you are within a second of the car ahead of you, you will be able to open the rear wing in the 2 designated zones, which are the main pit straight and the back straight, both of which are very, very long, so that A, they are good overtaking opportunities, and B, best way to please the best women in the Chinese area. Now, moving on, Timmy still leading. We're in the 20s now. We are on lap 20 of 28 in the race, the penultimate round of X2. Not only in Season 6, but also this will be our second to last race of X2 on F1 23. Yes, the era of F1 23 is coming to a close next week. Thomas Lang picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. The Ferraris are being naughty boys, as Thomas Lang now has 6 seconds worth of time penalties. Rolly still has 3. Katana now currently running in last place, although I imagine he won't want to be there for long. Will Jettas have DRS? Yes, he will. Just about, although just about. Are we going to see overtakes? Yes, we will. Thomas Lang has no DRS, meaning he is vulnerable behind and has been overtaken by Katana. And now Rolly at the same time overtakes EGA. A little bit of a tap there by EGA, but Rolly has made an overtake for once. He has gained a place, not because of people crashing out. Amazing. Great move there from Rolly, actually. Great move there. Although EGA is gaining, not able to make a move at turn 1 at the moment, although he has been able to go, so he will be able to overtake more easily through the next upcoming corners, although he does also have to worry about the Alfa Romeo of Katana right behind him. On board now with the Alfa Romeo. Is EGA going to send it the hairpin? No, he's not close enough, although the Alfa Romeo almost rear-ends Katana. Almost gave him a slap in the butt cheeks. Pause. Jettas through the S's in the sector 2. We're getting this very beautiful helicopter shot here of the Williams car. Lap 21. There'll be 7 laps to go once we cross the line. More footage from the back. Is Agent EGA going to overtake Rolly here? No, it doesn't look like. Although, what's happened with Jan? What's happened with Jan? Jan has spun out of the race. Jan has retired from the race. What on earth happened to him? What happened to him? I'm not sure, but what we are sure about is that now there's one less Alfa Romeo in this race. And in terms of the Drivers' Championship situation, as of right now, it looks like that Jettas
will gain on Jordan massively. And if the race were to finish like this, then the championship will go to the final round of the season, which will be next week, may I add. So, looks like the Drivers' Championship will be going to the final round next year. To the Constructors, yeah, looks like same story there. Both championships will go to the final round of the season, which will be at Brazil. So, it will be interesting there. Brazil always provides interesting races. Now we are down to 8 cars remaining. 8 cars remaining. With less than 7 laps to go. Timmy still leads, although Jetters. And surprise right there. The top 3 men in the championship, may I add, are now battling for the race victory. Timmy ahead of Jetters, ahead of Surprise. In fact, this is, I believe, this is the reverse top 3. So third place, Surprise, is the championship leader. Second place, Harry Jetters, is the second place in the Drivers' Championship. And the man currently leading the race, Timmy, is in third place in the Drivers' Championship. So, yeah, the top 3 men in the championship are in the top 3 position race, although reversed compared to the championship order where they are at the moment. Right. 6 laps to go in this race. Not long to go to overtake. I imagine Duplex will maybe want to overtake Thomas Light because Thomas Light has no TRS. The Mercedes does have TRS. Bit of wiggling there. Ooh, Duplex not close enough to go for the move at turn 1. Through turn 2. Can he get a better exit? No, it doesn't look like it. Duplex doesn't get a better exit compared to Thomas Lang, although he doesn't lose much time to the Ferrari ahead. No major drama there. Everybody keeping it on track steadily. Yes, as we go in Sector 2. Everybody keeping it nice and calm at the moment. As we now enter Sector 3 now for the 23rd time, because we are on lap 23. We get the, we have Chinese writing in the background there. Any Chinese people watching, maybe you might want to maybe translate it and tell me what that means. Because I can't speak Mandarin, okay? I can't speak Chinese. I'm not ready to learn Chinese, buddy. I'm not ready. Because it's quite hard now, those languages to learn in general. 5 more laps to go. F1 23 banners all over the place. Soon will be replaced by F1 24 banners. As the first footage, gameplay footage of F1 24 has already been released by several content creators, including one Yana Otmir, who demonstrated the interesting handling physics of the game, where he did a, I think it was in Silverstone, he did a 40 degree spin at Silverstone, and he was able to do that because of the wacky physics at the moment in F1 24. Hopefully they can actually, you know, fix that before the actual game is released to the general public, which is only in a week, so they don't have much time to get it done, so. And also, people who don't have much time left are just as a surprise to take the race lead, as we will have 4 laps once we've crossed the line. Jetters with DRS available at his disposal. That is not the angle we want to see, although this is actually a good angle to see. If we want to see DRS wing open, there we go. The flap has opened. Are we going to see an overtake? No. The Williams opts to back off and wait until the last lap to overtake. Don't be surprised if drivers at the front do not opt to go for the overtakes right now and save the overtaking for the final lap of the race, as we have confirmation there. 4 laps to go. To the end of Jetters, I was surprised that Thomas Lang in 4th, ahead of Duplex. Then Katana and Ancient EGA have joined us by the Rolly, just chilling at the very, very back.
Thomas Lying, I think, went wide there. Duplex is able to gain a little bit, but not much. He's not able to overtake right now. Katana is right there. Is Katana close enough to pounce? No, he isn't. Not close enough to pounce. EGA, the P7, like I said, because the 8 drivers remain, every single driver in this race score points if they finish, that is. But the question is, who's going to score how many? We don't know that yet, but we will know that very, very soon, as Timmy still leads the way. The battle is backwards. Our lap 1 is now your race leader. But will he hold on to that? He still needs to hold it on for 3 more laps, plus 2 corners. On board with the rear of the Alpine with the BWT Castrol stickering. A lot more blue, a lot more color on this Alpine compared to the one in real life, who obviously the real life Alpine 2024 delivery is predominantly exposed carbon to, quote, save weight, although I don't know how that is affecting the performance, because the Alpine, even with its weight saving tactics, is still one of the slowest, if not the slowest of the grids. Although shouts to Ocon in Miami for actually getting a point. Probably the only points that Alpine will score this season. As Rowley is entering the pit lane, he will most likely go for a fast lap attempt. And yes, it is the soft type up out for the Ferrari. He is going to go for the fastest lap. Try to get that 1 extra point to Ferrari as, ooh, surprise, and Jets is now side by side. Finally, we have some battle in the front. Jets is holding on to second place for the time being. Right now, in fact, if we look at the championship situation, actually, no, my bad. I was saying that Surprise is the championship leader, but no, my mistake. It is actually his teammate Jordan Lake who is currently championship leader, which means that, ooh, actually this means that with Jordan out of the race, it means that the championship, the Drivers' Championship, is going to the final round of the race. That is a fact. I messed up massively a few laps ago. My apologies. Jordan Lake, aka Jordan, is the championship leader. However, he is out of the race, as you can probably see already now, as his name is grayed out and it's a DNF next to him. So that is him out of the race, meaning that the championship will go to the final round in Brazil, which is next week, next Thursday. So that will be one to look out for, because we just have two minute laps left to go in this race. And the overtaking willingness will increase as Asian EGA is now going to go for the fastest lap attempt, trying to steal the fastest lap away from old Rowley, as the Aston now exits the pit lane there. And Rowley is now going to try to go for the fastest lap of the race, but will he achieve it? Let's see. As chat has been quiet recently, so I'm just going to quickly tap something in chat. Hello, hi, I've just saw something in the chat, just so that there is some form of activity in the chat box, because it is needed. It is more than needed. Now Timmy still leads. Timmy and Jettas both have similar battery levels. Surprise has a lot more battery levels, so Surprise does have the battery advantage, although how much he will be able to use that, I'm not sure. What we are sure of is that there is one more lap left in this race to decide the winner of the Chinese Grand Prix. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. One more lap remaining in this Chinese Grand Prix. Timmy leads the way ahead of Jettas and ahead of Surprise, with the championship leader Jordan out of the race. This means that the championship will go to the final round in Brazil, which will be held next Thursday at the Brazilian Grand Prix at Interlagos, obviously, because that is the only circuit we go to when we are racing in Brazil.
Timmy leads the way for Alpine. Jetus and Surprise are right there, trying to take the race lead. These guys were able and had the opportunity to overtake early in the race, but decided not to and saved the overtaking for the absolute last lap, so that their rivals have little to no chance of taking back set positions. Now, battles happening at the back, but we're focusing on the battle for the lead. Timmy and Jetters have similar-ish battery levels. Surprise has a lot more battery, so Surprise could be a bit of a dark horse in this battle, as he may be the furthest back, but he has the most battery. Although his exit has been horrible, looks like his chances of maybe winning this race might be zero now. As here we go, Jetus is gaining and gaining and gaining, and round the outside he goes. Is he going to be able to make the overtake successful? He still has a wheel alongside. Is he still alongside? Yes, he will. Here we go, towards the final corner. Jetus on the inside forces the Alpine off the track, and it looks like Timmy does steer ahead. Timmy wins the Chinese Grand Prix ahead of Jetus by less than a tenth of a second. Surprise takes the final spot on the podium. Wow, what a race. Duplex in for Katana from the Thomas Lang, Agent EGA. Rolly's had a skill issue somewhere. Will Agent EGA be able to set the fastest up in the race? Here we go. No, he doesn't. He is not able to set the fastest up of the race. The fastest up of the race stays with Timmy. Skill issue for the soft tire runners. Timmy, the man who got spun round at lap 1, has won the race. Timmy started on pole position. He got spun round on lap 1, jumped down to 14th in last place, and has then clawed his way back into first place, and that is a championship-worthy drive from the Alpine. Although, will he be the champion next week? Let's see, as with this win, and with the championship leader Jordan retiring from the race, it means that Timmy will now be entering the finale of the season as the championship leader, although he does have other two drivers hot on his heels, so he's not safe right now. But he still has to fight for the championship next week in Brazil. As we are now going to skip to race results. Timmy wins the race for Alpine from pole position with the fastest up of the race. So he was showing that he is willing to win. Then Chetas finishes second ahead. Then Surprise rounds up the podium. Then we have Duplex in fourth ahead of Katana. Then Thomas Lang, Agent EGA, and then Rolly. And those are the guys who finished the race and who will be able to score points because they finished the race. The DNFs are as follows: Jan, Jack Jones, Theodore, Nanda, Jordan, and Tixie. That is it for the Chinese Grand Prix in X2. And that is going to be it for X2 this week. The championship is not over yet. There's still one round to go for X2 and one round to go for each of the X2 to 5 tiers. The X1 finale happened yesterday, but for the remaining 4 tiers, there is still one round to go, which will be held at the Brazilian Grand Prix circuits. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for X2 this week. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for the finale in Brazil next week. Until then, take care and good night.